Hello, Pisces. Welcome and welcome back, you guys. Okay, happy Sunday. I hope your weekend has been going well. We're going to get into your Sunday reading or the reading for Sunday, which usually we answer the questions that you have or that you may have for the week. But we're going to share this day with another topic, which is what a situation looks like versus what it actually is. And we're going to try to figure out where is the illusion, right? So hopefully this will help to answer any questions that you have. I feel like there's a card that's flipped the wrong way. It is. Look. New view, seeing things from a higher perspective. So I really feel like Spirit wants you to see the clarity in situations, and they want you to get past whatever illusions could be being presented to you. Okay, that's very fitting. So something may look a certain way because you're very close to it. You're very close to the problem. You're very close to the situation. It's like you're zoomed into it. But when you zoom out and you get a higher perspective, or you see more of the area that you're working with, I feel like you guys are going to have more clarity at that point, because then you'll have a better understanding of what's actually going on. Ooh. Clock it. Okay. Catch it. Clock it. Let's pour le tea. Oh, you guys, also, I've been learning Spanish. I got a free trial of this app called Speak. And I know there's a bunch of different apps. I think there's also this like Pimsleur app or something. But I've been learning Spanish, so... Hola, ¿qué tal? Oh, muy bien, muy bien. Muy bien, gracias. I know a bunch of stuff, but child, that is so funny to me. Okay, let me focus. Guardian angels, archangels, spirit guides, and ancestors of the highest vibration, Father, Mother, God, for Pisces. When it comes to this week, Spirit, please show us the situation that Pisces is going to need help with this week when it comes to having clarity. Show us the situation and what it looks like on the surface for Pisces. What does Pisces see on the surface of the situation? Balance. A situation needs more balance. So, sorry. You guys, whatever you're dealing with on the surface, you feel like the situation needs more balance, or you're trying to figure out how to balance the situation. Spell work. Someone has been casting spells. An apology, okay? So it may look to you on the surface that someone is trying to organize a situation, balance out a situation, resolve a situation, fix something by apologizing. They want forgiveness, or they want some type of reprieve from the guilt that they could possibly feel in a situation. Somebody feels like there's a need to apologize. On the surface, you may think that someone's apology is a way for them to carry out some type of spell work, or you may feel like someone is trying to manipulate you with an apology because they want to work a situation out, okay? What else when it comes to this message for Pisces? Wrong way in reverse, though? That's weird. The direction that you were moving in was the wrong way. Make a U-turn. So this could be somebody who's trying to get you to make a U-turn. Somebody could be trying to get you to move in a different direction. Okay. They could be saying that they're going to move in a different direction, or that things are going to change. Okay. We have manifest, your desires are within reach, and then astral travel. You may be having out-of-body experiences. Okay. Somebody may be trying to get you to believe that you are manifesting improperly or incorrectly. Somebody may be wanting to apologize to you for leading you astray. Okay, somebody may be trying to convince you that you're going in the wrong direction, but actually you're going in the right direction. Okay. It could also be that somebody is trying to make you think that you're going in the right direction when actually you're going in the wrong direction. This is confusing. I feel like somebody's trying to confuse you. It feels like someone may be trying to confuse you and you're picking up on it intuitively, or you may not trust someone and you could possibly feel like they're trying to confuse you. Let's get one more card. That was confusing. One more card for Pisces when it comes to the situation and what it looks like on the surface. Oh my God. Technically, it's in reverse. It's going in the reverse. The grass was fake. The grass was greener because it was fake. And then addictions. So something may have looked better than what it actually was. Someone may be trying to come off as better than what they are, or there could appear to be an option or a solution to a situation that looks better on the surface, but may not be the right choice when it comes to what's going on underneath the surface. Somebody may be trying to reverse a spell because we saw the spell work card with apology. And then the balance card tells me like somebody could be trying to balance out a situation by reversing a spell, or they may want you to reverse a spell. Someone may think that you're casting spells on them or you're doing things to them to manifest confusion in their life. Like, I don't know who's playing what role here. Place yourself, because this is, again, a reading that you have to use your discernment with. Also, like and subscribe, you guys, to continue to catch the vibe. Don't forget to like the video. There could be someone here who is going through some type of addiction. Okay, or something could have looked very appealing, but it creates toxicity or it creates addictions. Wow. Obsession. See, it creates an obsession. It creates an addictive, obsessive like response within people. This could be spell work. This could be any type of esoterics, anything involving spirituality. It's crazy. So it kind of feels like on the surface, someone is realizing that maybe the way that they were going about manipulating a situation, or the way that they were going about controlling a situation, was not the right way to go. Because if you put spell work and wrong way upright, it's like basically saying whatever spell work that someone was doing wasn't going to create the result that they thought it was going to create. And with the grass was fake, it looks like whoever was doing this spell work thought that shit would be sweet, pretty much. They thought that things would be better or work out the way that they wanted in order to manifest what they wanted if they carried out whatever tactics or strategies that they had to control the situation. Because I look at spell work as kind of like somebody trying to kind of manifest, possibly manipulate, depending on the intention. But it's like somebody who's trying to create the situation or the outcome that they want for whatever situation that they're dealing with. So there could be somebody who's trying to reverse a spell or take back the actions that they did, okay, through apologizing, okay. This is crazy because it doesn't necessarily have to be traditional spell work. You guys know that. It created some type of addiction. Like somebody thought that they were going to be able to get in and get out. It's kind of like, you know, not back in the day, but you know how like the whole idea of people getting hooked on phonics, but the other word that starts with a D, ends with an S, and has rugs in the middle, okay? That whole stereotype where the dealer will give you a little bit to try, and then basically that's the tactic to get you hooked and addicted so you come back and buy. That's kind of try before you buy. So there could have been like someone who didn't really believe in magic or mysticism or esoterics, and they wanted to try it out to see if it actually worked. And then they got addicted to it. They got obsessed with it. They started to be completely wrapped with whatever it was that they were doing. And now they realized that whatever they were doing had negative repercussions, and more than likely something that they did backfired. Now, this doesn't have to say spell work, right? It doesn't have to completely include spell work. It could definitely be something else. Like if someone really was using shrugs, okay, they could have thought that it would be easy to just get in and get out. and it didn't happen. It feels like whatever the situation is, somebody underestimated the magnetic pull to whatever it was that they were dipping their toes in. Yeah, New Year's is significant, obsession, and humor. So this could have started around January, where someone became or started to become very engulfed and wrapped in whatever this is that they started to get obsessed about. So this could even be a person that some of you guys are possibly trying to help, like, kick a habit. Yeah, this feels like a habit that someone is needing to kick, or they're saying that they're going to kick this habit. This could be somebody apologizing to you for their behavior when they were high, okay? This could be somebody apologizing to you for their behavior when they were in their ego. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but it feels like a person here, they want peace, okay? They want things to calm down. They don't want things to be so serious with this humor card. Things have been very, like, tense to me when it comes to the energy. This could also just be somebody who thought that they could create an outcome or control the outcome, and they did certain things to try to control how things were going to play out, but it didn't work. So what's going on underneath the surface? That's what it looks like. There's definitely some imbalanced behavior, though. So that's what it looks like. What it actually is, though, Spirit, show us what it actually is underneath the surface. What's really going on? Ooh, baby. Archangel Michael, protection, prevented from harm, divine intervention. Ooh. So somebody may not have listened to divine guidance. Someone may also be losing their protection, losing their shield. Someone could be dropped from the force, like if they're a police officer. Snowflake just meowed. Yes, girl. Yeah, somebody doesn't have any protection. They've stepped outside of the force field, okay? Antisocial, in your feelings, silent treatment left out. Paranoid, cautious, insecure, guarded. Yeah, so someone's looking over their shoulder because of what they did. And they're scared to talk to anyone because they don't know, they don't have their protection anymore. Whoever was protecting them is no longer protecting them, whether it's a real person or an esoteric being. We have running, escape, denial, excuses. Yeah, so they're trying to get out of the consequences. They're trying to get out of taking accountability for whatever they did. Narcissist, egotistical, opportunist, fragile. So I feel like what this is telling me is that whatever you guys are dealing with, you need to really evaluate what their intentions are. Like, a lot of people who you could be encountering right now, especially because of Mercury retrograde, if they're from the past, but just in general, as people come into your life and you experience things, Pisces, I feel like you guys need to be mindful of what people's intentions are. Like, when it comes down to people trying to get you to do things or trying to convince you of things, I feel like Spirit is trying to get you to see that there's certain energies that could have ulterior motives. There's certain people that you encounter that could have ulterior motives, and you may not see it on the surface. You could feel it, but you may not see it, because even with the cards on the surface, I kind of got this vibe that you may not be able to pinpoint what's going on, but you're sensing that there's something not being expressed, or there's something going on underneath the surface. Someone's ego is very fragile and they try to run from accountability. They running from accountability. Man, accountability is chasing them, okay? We have burned bridges, lack of trust, disloyal, turned back on. Yeah, so people may have turned their back on this person. You may have turned your back on this person. They just feel like they're alone. Somebody really feels alone. They don't feel any support. They feel like their protection is gone. And that could be because they turned their back on someone else, okay? I just heard where there's smoke, there's fire. Because on that Burned Bridges card, there was a book of matches. Okay. What's going on underneath the surface? What else is the situation in reality? Cutting ties, freedom, standing up, awaken. The puppet strings are being cut. This is definitely someone who is trying to control situations. Really control situations. It feels like they wanted to control not only the outcome, but it's like they not only wanted to control their outcome in the situation, but your outcome as well. Harmony, balance, peace, happiness. Thrills, continuous cycles, bad decisions, addictions. Again, we have addictions. Somebody's trying to break out of a cycle. Somebody could be trying to cut ties or associations with people because they want to create peace, or they're having somebody's going through a disruption. What else is going on underneath the surface? We have time. Somebody's running out of time because this bad boy was going in reverse. Delay, procrastination, too busy. Yeah. Somebody's running out of time. They can't stall anymore. They can't ask for any more extensions. They can't procrastinate or delay something any longer. They can't make excuses. Boundaries. Disrespectful. Enough is enough. Defend yourself. See? I feel like this is also highlighting things that you've done that caused this person to be in this situation. So it's like what's happening to them is happening to them, but I feel like there's an aspect of it where your decisions have caused certain outcomes. And it feels like if you put up boundaries with this person, or people are putting up boundaries with this person, that's what it feels like. Underneath the surface, it's like either you or other people are telling this person like, hey, that's it. We're not giving you any more extensions. We're not giving you any more time. You need to pay what you owe. You need to take care of whatever you need to take care of. And that's it. We're not giving you any more time. Time is running out, because I actually set the timer for this reading, which is interesting. Yeah. This person could also be very defensive because they feel like they're running out of time. Wishful thinking, second chance, deja vu, nostalgia. Yeah. So this person is thinking of the time before they ran out of time. They're thinking of, they have wishful thinking about the decisions that they made in the past and wishing that they didn't take certain action to set the wheels in motion for this outcome to have taken place. One more card for what's going on underneath the surface. Oh my. Toxic, drama, arguments, and incompatible. Wow. Yeah, so this is... So it looks like on the surface that someone is really focused and obsessed with reversing their actions, making up for their actions, apologizing, balancing out the situation, trying to do things right. It looks like someone is really obsessed with that right now, making better decisions. But I feel like it's because they're trying to escape accountability due to their connections being cut with people who were helping them, due to their protection being revoked, and due to certain deadlines that can no longer be extended. Okay, boundaries again. Glow up, new opportunities, new career, successful business. Yeah, some of you guys are setting boundaries with this person, or like this could even be banks cutting someone off, organizations cutting someone off, like any type of outside support that this person was receiving either from you or another source is being cut because it's a bad investment. Someone is a bad investment, or someone is a liability. Ooh. Liabilities. Ooh. Ooh. What is going on? What is going on? Okay, now let's get an oracle to just see what the illusion is, because You know, what's going on the surface, what's going on underneath the surface is one thing, but the illusion that's being created can kind of connect, I feel, the two different situations, okay? So what is the illusion that is being cast in this situation, Spirit? Oh, wow, the deck is reversed and it's the titty, okay? She got a booby out. The illusion is this lady. There could be an illusion being cast when it comes to this lady. Okay, let me put her booby under here. This is the Ace of Spades, which I feel like is the Ace of Swords. Yeah. Yeah, so the illusion being cast is the truth about this lady. There's a woman, a feminine energy. This is a woman, okay? I'm pretty sure it's a woman. And the truth about her, or the truth about her involvement, or the truth about her image in the situation is the illusion that's being cast. This could be a woman who's doing this and being discovered to be untrustworthy or unreliable. Oh my God, the deck is reversed. But then we have this like faces card, this mask, and then the anchor. Okay. This has all the suits on it. And then we also have the Nine of Swords, which is the Nine of Spades. Okay. And 9 talks about growth, glow up, growth. Okay. Now, when it comes to the 9 and the growth, and the fact that it's a sword card or spades, it says nightmares, anxiety, repetitive thought, depression, and worry. Yeah, so somebody's trying to be freed of that. Somebody feels anchored by that. They feel anchored by stress. They feel anchored by anxiety. They feel anchored by worry. I don't know what this mask card is with this 40, but let's just see real quick what that is, because that'll show the illusion. So it could be that the illusion is this woman's attachment to whatever the situation is, liability, responsibility. It could also be this person claiming an attachment to this woman. Let's see. So 40 is masks. Ooh, and somebody was gambling with these dice. It says, look deep into your soul. For whose amusement do you play? What's somebody's intentions? I balance the contradictions and encompass the opposites. I project your emotions or hide them. When I land to your right, I bring joy and light. But if my presence is to your left, then melancholy is in sight. Interesting. And then it says, I can be the face to suit any occasion. All parts I can play. The truth or disguise. I am your creation. Yeah, so it's like somebody's intentions behind the goal that they want to reach or the outcome that they want to receive. Now it says the mask card is about playing roles. It may indicate the need to assume a different role. It is symbolic of concealment and deception. It is different from the fox 14 or the snake number 7 because its appearance indicates that it is something that it is not. The card may be warning to not take something or someone at face value. In combination with the rider 1, this is deceptive news. If found close to the lady 29 or man 28, the person may be fake. Someone presenting one face but hiding another. This is more public than the snake or fox and can apply to any situation or card in the deck, depending on its proximity. In communications online, a masquerade is a term for a security risk where somebody steals an online identity in order to defraud. If found together with the mice 23 and letter 27, this card would mean identity theft. So I feel like maybe this woman's identity is being stolen. Maybe this woman's identity is being falsely represented. Or or this woman could be wearing these masks to possibly hide their true identity. I don't know, but it's focusing on this woman. So either the woman is the problem or somebody is portraying this woman to be the problem. Okay. Now, the card 29, which is the lady, it just talks about the woman, and it says, I could be you, the reader, or the female subject of your reading, or a female partner. As with the second man, the expanded Reverie deck includes an additional lady card. This version shows a powerful and elegant woman looking out of a window to the right of the card. She has a draped red robe between her breasts, she clutches the feminine symbol of Venus. The light shines in through the window, emphasizing her strong features. She is the embodiment of the feminine power. But you know what as well, because the light is shining through, it's like you can't really see the full image of the woman. Like if you were to be in the room, it's like she would have to step into the light to be fully seen. I feel like there's something about this woman that's secretive, or she's in the shadows in some way, or there's something mysterious about this woman. I feel like someone could also be trying to cast shadows on this woman and make it hard for people to really see who she is. It just feels like I'm not really sure. It's like the illusion is this woman. Is it really a woman? Are you really talking to a woman? Is it somebody portraying a woman online with their profile picture, but it's actually a man? Is it a man, who is listed in the profile picture, but behind the picture, it's actually a woman? I feel like there's somebody who can kind of like be a chameleon whenever they need to, or there's someone who tries to portray this woman in a certain way whenever it suits them. Or there's also a person who's trying to portray themselves in a different way to trick this woman. It kind of feels like that. So let's go to 35, which is the anchor card. And this card says, with stability and security, I bring peace of mind. I push you to persevere and help you reach your goal. Watch out for negative cards. They might shackle and pull you down a hole. In the original game instructions for the cards, which become the Lenormand pattern, In the original game instructions for the cards, which became the Lenormand pattern, this is the most... So something is important about this anchor. This is the most important cheat of the whole game. Insofar as the one who comes to stay on this picture of hope. Insofar as the one who comes to stay on this picture of hope has won the game and draws the whole cash box or deposit. The anchor is the traditional symbol of hope or faith and comes before death, the cross, 36. The anchor offers stability and security, being confident that your hard work will pay off in the long term. The anchor of the Reverie is adorned with 2 fish, symbolizing abundance and wealth in the Lenormand. This is a card of assurance. You are protected in times of need. Damn. So if you guys are a woman watching this, right? You may be casting an illusion in order to protect yourself. Someone may be casting illusions because this is spell work. So it feels like someone's like doing something to create confusion about who you are. But in the end, it's like you're going to be protected from that. Ooh, that's crazy. It's so confusing, y'all. Like, how would you guys determine that? Like, get in the comments, let me know, because I don't ever want to presume that the interpretation that I have is the exact interpretation when it comes to your situation. Because sometimes, depending on what you guys are dealing with, there could definitely be variables that are either flipped or twisted around or opposite or not exactly what I predict it to be. So that's why I try to give you guys a lot of options. And there could be a situation where maybe you guys set a boundary with someone and they're not able to be around you as often, right? So if someone was around you all the time, they may be able to observe you and find different details about you that they could then flip and transmute and skew and, you know, deceive people about, because they know things about you. They could try to flip your persona or distort your image because they're around you. But if you set a boundary with a person and you wanted to cut off the toxicity, then it's like they can't really make your image look bad, or they can't really like say who it is that you are because they're not around you enough. You may even be acting as if you want to work something out with someone because you know that's the best way for you to be protected in a situation, is to be amicable. But underneath the surface, you know that this person is bad news, or you know that this person leaves you vulnerable, and you're doing whatever you're doing to be amicable, bitch, so that you can get away from this person, cut ties with this person, and finally like have your glow up in a situation, finally be free of the oppressive, obsessive energy that surrounds them. It just feels like a very like weird situation. Okay, 10 of Cups at the bottom. That's your energy. It could be a family dynamic, but let's see. For Pisces, Spirit, clarify this with the tarot. So what it looks like on the surface, 3 of Wands, what it actually is underneath the surface, damn. Whew, where's the illusion? 6 of Pentacles. So it looks like on the surface, it looks like something is progressing. On the surface, it looks like something is moving forward. But underneath the surface, it's being stalled, or it's being cut off. The illusion is what someone is going to receive. So I feel like someone thinks that they're going to receive something that they actually aren't going to receive. Or there's something here where somebody says they're going to pay something, but they're not going to pay. Hermit, Virgo energy. We have Gemini, Taurus, possibly Capricorn, maybe Libra, Aquarius, Aries. Virgo, Aries, Gemini, Taurus. But there's also a possibility of the other fire signs, air signs, earth signs. This is all about information. This is all about knowledge. This is all about wisdom. It kind of feels like this is about someone either finding out all the information, knowing all the information, trying to get to the bottom of situations. Okay, so when it comes to what it looks like, why is the 3 of Wands what it looks like? Why is the 3 of Wands what it looks like? 6 of Wands. Yeah, someone is expecting success. Someone is expecting a victory. Someone is expecting to get some type of attention. Or someone is expecting you to be successful, for you to get attention, for you to have clout, for you to be successful. That's 9 Wands. It's like trying something over and over and over and over and over again, and it not really working out the way that you would like for it to. But it's like, yeah, this time it's going to work out. Lovers. It's like not giving up. Making a choice and sticking with it. What's that saying? That's my something and I'm sticking to it. Oh, that's my story and I'm sticking to it. So someone has kind of told the same story over and over again. Like the story hasn't changed. They keep saying the same thing or telling the same story over and over again. The Lovers in the Moon, Gemini and Cancer. But this is a choice as well. Like, I feel like that's my decision and I'm sticking to it. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. That's my side and I'm sticking to it. It's like somebody is repetitively saying something or explaining something. They keep saying the same thing or doing the same thing over and over again. And even though it hasn't necessarily maybe worked out the way that they thought it would, they haven't really changed along the way. There's been a lot of consistency. If you could possibly see, I don't know if y'all could see it, but the Hermit, was on the top of the deck, the back of the bottom of the deck, and the Hierophant was under that. So there could be some consistency here with the information that's being given or the story that's being given. Someone is being drawn closer and closer to success. This is Archangel Gabriel up here. So I feel like there are outside forces or spiritual forces pulling two people together, or pulling you towards a decision, pulling someone else towards a decision, pulling you and someone else towards a unified choice or decision in a certain matter or a certain situation. But there is kind of like this uncertainty about the future. I feel like someone made a decision that they feel like is going to work out, but they don't know if it has worked out yet. And on the surface, I feel like someone is kind of like just waiting. The Queen of Wands just popped out. Okay. One more for this Three of Wands with the Six of Wands. Five of Wands. There's a lot of action being taken. There's a lot of like competing energy. There could be someone in competition with you. You could be in competition with someone else. There could also be discord, fighting, arguments, anger, hostilities. I feel like there's been a lot of learning lessons. I'm hearing that gospel song, "Get Back Up Again." I used to think he was saying "Get Back Up Again." Get back up again. But he's saying get back up again. Ace of Swords and the Magician. Clarity, truth, possibly sacrifice, information, documentation. Making a sacrifice in order to see the truth. Making a sacrifice in order to find the truth. Doing what needs to be done to have a victory. This could also be verbal communication, written communication, back and forth. Somebody is fighting the truth. Like, this is the truth. This is the clarity. This is the answer. This is the right choice, or the clear thing in this situation. But I feel like somebody is arguing about the truth and trying to manipulate it to say that they made a different decision in order to look like the victor, or in order to look like the winner. You know, it's like if somebody lies under oath in court, it's like they're manipulating what they said, or they're manipulating the conversation to make it look like they're innocent, or to make it look like they should be crowned the winner. But there's something underneath the surface, or there's something that's not being expressed. And I feel like someone is just observing the situation to see if whatever they're doing to try to shift the dynamic will actually like work. Someone could be forging documents, changing information on documents. I bit my tongue very slightly. Someone could be removing records, or like it feels like someone is doing something physically, like they're taking action. Five of Wands, Six of Wands, because they have a goal to win. They have a goal to be successful, or they're choosing to hide information. They're choosing not to bring something to someone's awareness. This could be documentation. This could be communication. And they're either causing delays, or they're waiting for the results of whatever they did to see if it actually like worked, or to see if something actually worked. Someone is fighting for a victory here, but they're doing secretive things with the Moon card. They're making questionable decisions possibly, or they're not sure if the decisions that they're making will actually yield some type of result. And I feel like someone is behind them, kind of like looking or coming behind them and checking their work, something like that. Confirming or denying whether or not the documentation, the story, or whatever is accurate. Cancer, Gemini, possibly Aries, maybe even Scorpio, Virgo. That's what it looks like. It looks like somebody is doing things to fight for victory, okay? What it actually is. What's this Ten? Why is the Ten of Swords what it actually is, Lord? Why is the Ten of Swords here for what it actually is? Ooh, full reverse. So somebody is trying to make it seem like they're fighting for a victory, or they're fighting to expose the truth, or get something out there, or win a battle that was hard fought. It's like, oh my God, you know, like these types of things. But really, they made a foolish decision that got them caught up, or they made a foolish decision to betray someone. Seven of Pentacles, Queen of Cups. Wow. Yeah, and somehow there's a feminine water sign. It could be you, Pisces, if you are this feminine, but it could also be a Cancer or a Scorpio involved as well. There was a lot of time, money, and effort invested into something. Like all of someone's resources have been invested into growing this business possibly, or creating the dynamics of this situation. I feel like someone made a foolish investment in you as a Pisces, or in another water sign. Someone could have also like made a foolish investment when it comes to like doing something behind your back, because the Seven of Pentacles is behind the Queen of Cups back, and the Ten of Swords has the swords in the back of the person on the card. This could also be somebody who is waiting to take action. They're waiting to pull the trigger on something. Somebody may be telling you that they're working to get something done, or they're trying to get something processed as soon as possible. But really, in reality, they could be trying to decide if whatever they're telling you that they're waiting on is the right choice. So if you're getting someone to do something for you, Pisces, especially if you're a feminine, they could be blaming the delays on processing time, or paperwork going through the system, or the system is slow, or whatever they're doing. But I feel like they are possibly contemplating whether or not they should even submit the paperwork, whether or not it's a good idea. It's like somebody's trying to blame how long something is taking on the actual processing, but it's actually them being confused or questioning whether or not a situation is a good choice, whether or not something will actually work out. Like if this is you who is trying to fix something that didn't work out, someone may be cautious or questioning whether or not they should help you in a situation, and they're not letting you know the truth about that. They're not letting you know that they're unsure. And that's why something is taking so long. I feel like somebody's trying to figure out if you're lying, or if you've told a bunch of lies. But this could be because someone is trying to make you out to look like a liar, right? So don't take offense to what I'm saying. Just try to sift through the information and see what makes sense for your situation. One more card for the Ten of Swords with the Fool reversed. Eight of Swords. Yeah, somebody is worried about making a foolish decision. Someone is worried about taking a leap of faith that they feel like may be in vain or that may be foolish. This could also be somebody who is thinking a lot about foolish decisions that they made in the past, possibly to betray you. I don't know exactly what it is. But it's either someone contemplating whether or not you're betraying them, contemplating whether or not you're lying to them, contemplating whether or not it's a good investment to pull the trigger on something that involves you, or it's someone who's looking over everything that they've done to betray you and worried and concerned if it was a foolish decision. Three of Cups and the Nine of Wands. See, there's that Nine of Wands. I told you. I feel like there's something coming in. There's something that's coming to completion. There's a harvest coming in. So when you plant seeds and there's some type of harvest here, you plant seeds expecting for the seeds to sprout and you'll be able to harvest them. With the Three of Cups, it's like the seeds that have been planted are coming into harvest. They're growing. You can pick the fruit. Right? The fruits of your labor are starting to bloom and blossom with the Three of Cups. But it's like someone is here worried or concerned, thinking about that in association with the Nine of Wands. Coupled with the Seven of Pentacles that we just saw, which depicts crops that are taking a long time to grow. And the Fool reversed, which speaks about a foolish decision or speaks about a choice that someone made to not do something that they may feel like they should have done. Like this could be something that's blossoming and blooming in your life with the Three of Cups. And there are people who are worried now because they've continued to try to do something over and over and over again. And Seven of Pentacles says it's not really blossoming for them, but it could be blossoming for you. The cups are water energy. So if it's not you, it could be a Cancer or a Scorpio. But it feels like that's the energy. And what's going on, it's like what's going on beneath the surface is it kind of feels like someone is alone with the Eight of Swords, alone with the Nine of Wands, alone with the Seven of Pentacles, because you turned your back on them. Queen of Cups had her back to the Seven of Pentacles after they betrayed you, right? Or after they lied on you or lied to you over and over again. Somebody could be fighting to get your attention, but it kind of feels like what's going on underneath the surface is someone keeps thinking that they made the wrong choice or that they should have supported you when you were growing something or when you were trying to plant the seeds and you needed them to help. You needed them to help you till the land and get the ground ready for planting. And they could have been a part of that harvest, but it kind of feels like with the Nine of Wands, there's a boundary that's been set from whoever is on the other side of that fence to where they can't come into the garden where the Three of Cups is taking place. Okay, so, child, what is the illusion? The Six of Pentacles. Why is the illusion here for the Six of Pentacles? Why is the Six of Pentacles the illusion? Oh my God. The World. So a cycle has been over. Because that fell on the floor. A cycle has been over. Even if it was dragging out for a long time and it took a long time to complete itself, it's now complete. There is definitely a strong boundary, a strong fence. Lord, be a fence. That's crazy. Knight of Cups and the Queen of Cups. So technically it looks like this. Because this is the either the current moment or the recent past, the current moment and the near future. So somebody's going to bring you a cup. Somebody may even offer you a truce, wave the white flag, and try to give you something to end a situation or to complete a situation. Or they may apologize to you because they hope that this will help you understand the situation. Yeah, this is about a choice or a decision. Somebody feels drawn to you. Somebody feels like they are being pulled towards you to offer you something or give you something or present you with something that resolves a situation, a resolution, a compromise, a peace treaty, a truce. Can we come together? Can we resolve our differences with the mountain here? And you're going to have to make a decision about whether or not you're going to work with this person. I feel like you're going to choose to work alone. Yep. And when you do that, you're going to see somebody's toxicity. That's what it feels like to me. The illusion is that somebody is trying to resolve differences by either giving you something or apologizing for something or making amends, repaying whatever debt that they have regarding whatever they did to you. They may want to give you a gift. They may want to pay you something that you're owed. But I feel like the illusion is that whatever they're giving you is not really enough, or the reason for them giving it to you is riddled with ulterior motives. That's what it kind of feels like. It feels like whatever somebody is paying back to you is not enough. Especially for them to come back into your life and be a part of your life. What else is the Six of Pentacles in the world? One more card. Nine of Swords. Shame, anxiety, fear, self-loathing even. FOMO, fear of missing out because the cycle is over. And then kind of like wanting to create justice or balance the scales. Taurus energy, Libra energy, Aquarius, Scorpio, Leo, maybe Gemini, the moon, Cancer at the bottom, and the Seven of Wands. So secretly, someone is very ashamed, anxious, or worried that possibly you're going to take their position. Some of you, this is work. And there could have been a brown noser at your job, somebody who was sucking up to the boss, somebody who was trying to tarnish your character, throw dirt on your name. They had their tongue all twisted, tongue twisters and tongue tied. Maybe they were trying to block you from being able to speak up for yourself, prevent you from being heard by people, block you from being seen by people. But this anchor with the two fishes on it makes me feel like there is a victory here for you. There could even be somebody who on the surface appears like they're fighting for you, but underneath the surface, were trying to betray you and didn't actually support you and possibly was in competition with you. Somebody is definitely afraid that something unexpected is going to happen, or that something will backfire. Because with the moon, I'm getting like the spell work energy. It kind of feels like someone wasn't expecting for their spell work to backfire with this Nine of Swords. What actually is the Six of Pentacles when it comes to what this person is? It's something tangible. What actually is the Six of Pentacles? The Death card. This could be someone changing their ways. Or, yeah, like, it just feels like somebody is offering a truce. They're waving the white flag, even though the flag is black, but it has the white, like, flower on it. Hope, faith. Look at the Hierophant right here praying. Please protect us. Please don't let this happen. Somebody could be getting embarrassed online as well. I just feel like somebody thought that they were going to receive something, or they thought that when situations changed, when things transformed, when the dust settled, when the chips finally fell, that they would receive something. And that was the illusion. I feel like they thought that they were going to be able to end something or create an ending for you by possibly tarnishing your image or making it so that people couldn't hear or see you. Yeah, Six of Cups, Six of Pentacles, Six of Wands. So I feel like this, it's like there's an illusion of peace. There's an illusion of transformation, reformation. There's an illusion of this apology or this gift. And I just feel like somebody's trying to get you to put down a boundary. Somebody's changed their past or changed from who they were in the past. They value you now. All this type of stuff. I just feel like that's what the illusion is. And it's like whatever they're giving you or whatever you're receiving from them kind of feels like it's their way of trying to show you that they've been fighting for you or they've been on your side. But I don't think they were. I feel like underneath the surface, what's really going on is that they're worried that their decisions they made were foolish. What is this Fool card reversed? Ooh, Temperance reversed. Yeah, it's like somebody didn't do something or someone procrastinated. They took too long, like I said. They ran out the clock. Shot clock, King of Swords, Five of Cups. Okay, so this could be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This could be a Scorpio. This could also be a Virgo, a Sag, an Aries. Possibly a Gemini. I said Gemini for sure. Somebody's running out of time to make a decision, or somebody's running out of time to take action. They know that they don't have any time. They know that they've lost in some way, shape, or form. Seven of Cups. Or they know they have to make a decision. So I just want you guys to know that whatever someone is approaching you with, right? If they're trying to rush you to make a choice, or if they're trying to rush you into making a decision about something, they're trying to rush you into signing paperwork, they're trying to rush you into believing something, it's because they're on a time crunch. It's because they have a deadline. And they're showing up however they need to show up so that you will share your victory with them, or you will help them cultivate some type of victory. Yeah, Four of Cups at the bottom and the Wheel of Fortune. They're disappointed with how things transpired, how the wheel turned. Somebody didn't get what they wanted and they're confused because the wheel turned. Things shifted. Wow. They're getting some type of message or correspondence. They're finding out that you're getting some type of opportunity. And they're trying to hide or mask their confusion or disappointment for the shift in your fate or the luck that you're receiving. Because we keep pulling that luck card in a different deck. Somebody may want to figure out what your next steps are, where you're going. And I feel like somebody just wants to move forward from whatever animosity that you guys have because they know that your life is changing and progressing. What's this Hermit? And that's the glow up. What's this Hermit? King of Wands? So either the King of Wands has information or the King of Wands is looking for information. Or the King of Wands is finding out about something. Leo energy, Virgo energy, Gemini energy, strength, lovers. Oh. This person is trying to find the courage to make a choice or to do something unthinkable, do something unbelievable, do something really big. I feel like this could be a gesture. Make a big gesture with this apology, possibly. I don't know. What's this King of Wands with this Hermit? Please clarify that. Somebody thinks that they're going to be able to get something from you. And I feel like they think that they're going to be able to get something from you or get their way in a situation if they apologize or if they try to make amends. What's the King of Wands with the Hermit? Jeez. Knight of Swords. Somebody is falling all over themselves. They have something to say. They have some information. Or they found out some type of information. Three of Pentacles. And the Ace of Wands. Yeah, somebody got a new job. Somebody got a new job or somebody's getting recognized for the things that they build, the things that they create. What they've built, what they've created. What's Pisces energy in this situation? What's Pisces energy in this situation? Oh my God. Ooh. You may be overwhelmed. You may feel a rush of emotions. Now, watch yourself if you're being a hater. Five of Pentacles and the Star. Some of you may feel very overwhelmed emotionally, but the Star and the Ace of Cups. Some of you are hoping for a blessing. You could be feeling very burdened and disappointed about situations. See, but there's the Ace of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles, Sun card, Nine of Cups. I don't know. What is this King of Cups reverse for Pisces energy? What is this King of Cups reverse for Pisces energy? Bitch. I'm not sure if you're happy or unhappy. I'm not sure if you're like Justice. Five of Pentacles. I don't know. Listen. Okay. Pisces, I'm going to read this two different ways. Either you're overjoyed that you're getting something that you really want and someone else doesn't get to take advantage of it, or only you're able to have it. Like, you could be so overwhelmed emotionally. You weren't prepared for something. You weren't expecting something. And either it's a good thing and you're really happy about it, or it's somebody else getting justice that you're not getting and you're really pissed about it. I don't know. I'm not sure. Okay. But whatever works out is fair. What's the Nine of Cups reverse and the King of Cups reverse Four of Pentacles. If any of you are in a position where you're seeing other people get things that you want to get and you're kind of upset about it, or you feel like it's not fair, I just feel like there's some work that needs to be done. I feel like there's something that you've never experienced before, or there's something out of the ordinary. It doesn't happen every day. You weren't expecting it. It's kind of overwhelming. And you may be trying to hold it together because you could be feeling a rush of emotions. Hierophant and the Sun. It's like you're usually struggling financially, or you're usually broke, or you're usually like holding on by a thread. But you're still happy. Trying to hold it together emotionally. You still try to be positive. That's what most of you, I feel, are dealing with in this situation. And it kind of feels like you guys are going to be put in an unusual situation. Like, usually you may be struggling to pay your bills, but now you're not. It's like there could be some type of anxiety about you ending a cycle. You could be worried about taking a leap of faith on something because you don't know if it's actually going to work out. You're confused if it's the right decision, but you are fighting for some type of victory and success and being really positive on the surface, but underneath the surface, you're really worried and you're not sure if you made the right decision. And some type of anxiety or stress is going to come to an end because I feel like you're going to receive something there's a transformation or a change happening, and you're going to receive something, and either the illusion is that you don't believe it's possible, or some of y'all hating ass Pisces out there think that you're going to get something after you acted crazy towards somebody. I don't know. Somebody may have been trying to send you a message as well. We have the Four of Swords at the bottom. That's your energy. What is the energy around Pisces? The Tower. Shock. Somebody's shocked. It could be a Scorpio. Something around you is crumbling. Knight of Cups. Three of Pentacles. This is crazy. It could be a Scorpio that you work with or a coworker. Three of Pentacles. What is the energy? What is this tower for the energy around Pisces? Ace of Wands reversed. Shit. And that's what I'm saying. I don't know which is which. I don't know who you are, but for those of you who, have tried to live your life as a morally upstanding citizen, and, you've tried Queen of Cups, Judgment, bitch. It's like if you're a person who's tried to do right by people, tried to live your life right, done your best to be positive and support others and use their successes as motivation, and try not to get down on yourself when things don't necessarily look the same for you, and you've really been motivated and dedicated to fight for what it is that you want, or fight for recognition, to be successful, to accomplish your goals, and you don't want to wish any harm on anyone, but you also don't give up on yourself or martyr yourself when it comes to what it is that you want. You've really just been trying to walk the straight and narrow path and stay on the right side of the street when it comes to what you do. There is a situation where it looks like a Scorpio that you work with, or a Scorpio who's in a similar industry to you, is going to see you receive something that they kind of want as well. Like they're going to see you offered a position, or they're going to see you taking the next steps toward achieving your goals. And it's like somehow whatever this is destroys them, or it shocks them, or it makes them feel like they were supposed to have that. For some of you, it's flipped if you haven't been walking that path straight and narrow. But it's definitely an energy of somebody feeling like they're going to miss out on something because you received something. And that's not true. This could also be you feeling like you're going to not get something because somebody else got something. And that's not true. That's a scarcity mindset. So I'm not sure who's who in the situation. But what is the Tower and the Ace of Wands reversed for the energy around Pisces? Five of Cups reversed. Page of Cups. Four of Cups. Yeah, it's like somebody's friend or sister or brother or sibling is happy, which makes someone else sad or disappointed. Five of Cups, Five of Cups. Sadness, happiness, disappointment, fulfillment. Like, I'm not sure what it is. I feel like the energy around you is of someone who is putting up this, like, illusion that they're happy when really they're sad. Like they're congratulating you as if they're happy, but really they're shocked. It's like when Miss America happens and the runner-up finds out that they're the runner-up, and the girl who wins, it's like they hug each other, but you know that bitch is really like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what it feels like. And I think that's why whoever this person is a little concerned and confused, because underneath the surface or beneath the surface, it feels like they never actually really supported you, and they're having to grapple with that. They're having to grapple with the fact that they were hateful towards you, or they didn't support you, or they were secretly trying to undermine you. And they honestly thought that they were doing the right thing. And I think that's why I was confused with this U-turn card, because it's like, if it's upright, you're going the wrong way and you need to make a U-turn. But if it's reversed, it's like, you need to keep going the way that you're going, but it kind of feels like you're not, you know, like it's a weird situation. So not only that, but in addition to this mask card with the flip-flopping of the feminine energies, it kind of feels like somebody was trying to embody your energy when you were the one who was really in that energy, or you were the one who really portrayed that energy or housed that energy within your soul and your aura and your spirit, but somebody else was trying to embody the energy that you automatically have or naturally have. Wow. Ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. I just hit the camera. Y'all, I'm just trying to look. Let's get a little bit more information. So I just feel like you guys should just take what people say, especially if something is happening that's kind of unexpected in your life, right? If you have something, first of all, that's unexpected that's happening in your life, just know that you're starting off with a firm foundation. You have adequate skills, knowledge, intelligence, wisdom, experiences, abilities to have a firm foundation. If you're intimidated by something, or you're intimidated by an opportunity that you have, or you feel like, dang, maybe I might not be prepared for something. This goes back to the other reading that got cut off that we did, recently. With the Knight of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, and the King of Pentacles. I feel like some of you guys are ready for something, or you have a strong foundational awareness to where you'll be able to be successful at something, even if you feel unprepared, even if you feel overwhelmed. I feel like a lot of you guys feel overwhelmed or unprepared for something, and it may make you a little bit unhappy for something that you actually should be very proud of yourself about. That's what I feel intuitively. I feel intuitively that it's not that you're mad at someone, or it's not that you're angry at someone, or it's not that you're upset about the reality. I just feel like you're being offered an opportunity to do something or have something that is out of the ordinary. It doesn't happen every day. It's a very unique situation. And some of you guys feel a little like maybe you're experiencing imposter syndrome, or that you just don't have the skills or tools that you need. But in reality, with this Four of Pentacles, wherever you're coming from, whatever you've been through, whatever your experience dictates, basically tells the world and you that you have the foundation necessary. And I feel like Spirit is trying to tell you guys that whatever tools or abilities that you need along the way, whatever resources that you need along the way, are going to be provided to you. I feel like the illusion is that you won't have enough, or you're worried that this is not a good decision. But in reality, you've been fighting for this. And it's like the natural progression of things. Anything else that Pisces needs to know when it comes to these messages? Pinky promise, a promise has been made. Feeling like a movie, and I've been pulling this card. You may find yourself in a situation that feels like you're in some dream, or that you're in a movie. Things may turn out better than anticipated. And morning habits, you may have a morning routine of getting coffee. During your morning coffee run, you may have an encounter with someone. So yeah, it's like definitely your routines, your habits may change when it comes to what you do every morning, or when it comes to the people that you see every morning. Something could be very unbelievable, but I feel like a promise was made when it comes to what Spirit said that they were going to do for you, or what God said that they were going to do for you. Okay, you may run into someone very prominent or important when it comes to your career. What else does Pisces need to know? Oh, bitch, it came out. Feeling like a movie. Y'all let me know in the comments. I feel like I be sounding crazy sometimes, but I know it's somebody out there that this is happening to. Knowledge. You may be getting light of some situation that you've been going through. Things are going to start making sense, and it's going to feel like a movie. Hermit. Knight of Swords. So there's a message either coming from the King of Wands to give you information, or there's a message coming to the King of Wands regarding information about you. Virgo energy, strongly. Aries, Leo, Sag, strong Leo. Possibly Gemini. I feel like Virgo, Leo, Gemini. But it could also be Sag and Aries, or Libra and Aquarius, okay? But knowledge is going to come in. Gossip, rumors are being spread at this time. Be mindful of who you talk to and talk around. So there's some type of information that feels unbelievable that's being spread around through gossip. This could be about you or about someone else. One more card for Pisces to clarify. Bitch. Celebrity. The situation could involve a celebrity. This could be a movie star, someone who's an actor or an actress. You may be an actor or an actress, or you possibly could have a future where you become an actor or an actress. Some of you may run into a movie being filmed in the morning when you go and get your coffee or whatever. Somebody may spot you on the street. It feels like that type of situation. And let me tell y'all a quick little story. My daddy loved to tell this story. He said one day in Chicago, he was downtown walking down the street on one side of the road, and he saw my mama walking on the other side of the road, and he said, "God damn, I gotta go turn around." He yelled and hollered across the street to get her attention, and then ran through traffic to go hunt this woman down. That's what he liked to say. But it kind of feels like that, because that just popped up in my head. Like somebody may see you on the street and be like, "Damn, you should be a model. Damn, I feel like you should be in the movies," or something like that. I know this sounds outlandish, but I feel like there is something changing when it comes to how things are done with the Tower card, that it's like someone's looking for inspiration. Someone is searching for inspiration. Someone is searching for a fresh face, or a new look or something that they can market that is different from what's been marketed before, because whatever's been marketed before or however things have been done before is starting to crumble. It's starting to collapse. It's not sustainable. Somebody's time is up underneath the surface. People are looking for things that are more wholesome, less toxic. It's like, it feels like it's time for a situation or rules or like the way things are done to change. And I'm hearing in my head, there's the law and then there's what's done, or there's the rules and then there's what's done. So this is very unorthodox. Like, something is definitely unconventional or very unorthodox. Or someone is understanding that the way things have been done needs to change. Somebody may be promising you that you're going to be a star or that they're going to make you a star. You know, I know that there's a lot of scammers out there, but I don't know exactly what this is. This could even be in the past, like maybe when you were a child or when you were growing up, or a reading that you had a long time ago. Somebody may have told you, like, look, you're going to be an important person at some point. And it doesn't have to be like an actor, an actress, a model. It doesn't have to specifically be that. But I feel like you're going to have some type of prominence. We saw the star card earlier when I was doing the King of Cups reversed. And that could be like publicity. That could be futuristic energy. That could be a lot of influence. And then we have the Six of Wands as well. So it kind of feels, it may look like you're shy or you're holding back or you don't really feel happy about a situation. But I think it's more so because you may feel overwhelmed by something. I don't know. It's such a weird reading. A ransom note demanding something also could be blackmail and knowledge. You may be getting light of some situation that you've been going through. Things are going to start making sense. Someone could be getting blackmailed for information. There could be a celebrity that's getting blackmailed for some type of information. People are trying to get information on this person because there's a lot of gossip going on. And it feels unbelievable in some aspect. People may also like really like be ferociously trying to get to know you. There's some type of exposure that I feel like you guys are receiving that makes you a very hot commodity. It makes people really want to know a lot about you. This could be like paparazzi and things like that. Be careful what it is that you say, because it's going to spread like wildfire. I don't know what the fuck this is. This could also be you exposing an industry or something like that. Like, people may see you as someone who's very successful, very popular, but it's like you're actually broke behind the scenes. And even though you have this exposure or this celebrity, or you're an influencer or something, you really don't make a lot of money, or you're going to possibly expose something about celebrity culture or something like that. If you guys do anything like online or any type of gossip or tea or commentary, there could be a celebrity who is trying to blackmail you because you're exposing something truthful about them, even though it's under the guise of commentary or gossip. But I feel like that's going to be discovered, or the situation is going to end in a wild way. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. What's Pinky Promise feeling like a movie and celebrity for Pisces? Three of Swords. Yeah, it feels like a lie. Ace of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune. An opportunity that's being presented that could change your life. So be careful of people who are scammers though too. Yeah, 5 of Swords. Like if you're in a sticky situation and somebody offers you something that's going to change your situation, it could be a lie. And once you look into it, you could feel disappointed because not all the details are going to be shared. And I feel like you're going to find out that somebody was trying to manipulate you, lie to you, steal, cheat. If something is too good to be true, it felt very fantastical when I was saying all that shit. But I feel like if something is too good to be true, don't believe it. That goes back to like the ulterior motives of people. What is someone's real motivation? One more card for the Pinky Promise feeling like a movie and celebrity. 7 of Swords. That's 10 swords. Yeah, it's like somebody is saying they're going to submit your portfolio to somebody. Give your portfolio to a famous person. They're not. They're going to betray you. Whatever you feel like is going to come together is not going to come together with this person because I feel like they aren't being truthful or honest. They're deceiving you when it comes to the information. You're not getting all the information. 9 of Pentacles and the King of Swords. I feel like someone knows that they can steal from you. Someone knows that, you know, you have some type of resources or money or inheritance coming to you. Or you're by yourself. You're single. What's the 7 of Swords and the 3 of Swords? 6 of Swords. Yeah, I feel like if somebody's trying to get away with doing whatever this is, I don't think it's going to work. Somebody's trying to create a distraction so that they can escape or leave the country or something like that. I feel like they're going to be shocked because I don't think that it's going to happen the way whoever this is thinks it's going to happen. Justice, 8 of Cups. Damn. Somebody could be being chased by the law. That's what I was getting earlier. Somebody's time is running out. What was with the 7 of Swords? Damn. I was looking at so many cards. I know it was the King of Swords. With one of these cards. Somebody's worried about that strategy. I think it was like a positive card. I can't remember what it was. Yeah, I know the Ace of Pentacles was with the 3 of Swords. Ooh. What is this? Yeah, around New Year's, the obsessive behavior, the crazy behavior, the imbalanced behavior was funny. What is this? Queen of Pentacles reversed. Justice. 9 of Wands. Yeah, this is justice for the victimization of a feminine energy. Someone's losing some type of legal protection, or someone is definitely like dealing with some legal situations that I feel like they're vulnerable to. Yeah, I feel like there's also money attached to this situation, child. Let me just get y'all an advice card. Let me get one of these. Because this feels crazy. This could even be a threat that somebody made. I feel like someone thought shit was sweet. Somebody's losing their protection. They're trying to run and get away, possibly from the law, from some type of legal ramifications. But I feel like if somebody's on the run, they're going to get caught. Their time is running out. I feel like there's a feminine energy getting justice for some type of abuse. That's what it feels like to me. And it's like introducing information. Somebody could be introduced. You could be introduced to someone, or it could be a situation where somebody says, introducing. Oh my God. Okay. Oh. I don't know. There's a lot. Somebody's definitely anxious about how something is going to end, though. They're worried about how something is going to end. Ooh, excuse me. What's the advice for Pisces in this situation? Because Protection Guardian, drop your shields. Ooh. Bitch. So this is definitely a situation where I feel like you're being protected and someone else's protection is being removed. Because I feel like they were doing something sneaky, deceitful. Lord, take charge with authority. And Peacekeeper, let go of the need to be right. And that's what I'm going to ask y'all in a poll. I'm going to put the poll up before you guys see this video. But I was going to ask you guys, is it more important to be at peace, or is it more important to be right? And Spirit is saying right now, it's more important to have peace than to be right. Because I feel like there's a situation where the best option is for you to find peace with someone, or to make peace with someone. Because I really feel like someone is waving the white flag, and your authority and your power is connected to your ability to find peace. So if you continue to search for strife or struggle or combativeness, your protection will be dropped. If you try to control a situation, your protection or your shields from Spirit are going to be dropped. Because what this card is talking about is like, drop your shields, because this Protection Guardian is here with her shield defending you. Take charge. Use your authority for good. Use your influence for good. Because you will be protected despite whether or not people support you, despite whether or not people agree with you, despite whether or not people are angry or upset about what the fuck it is you're saying. Shannon Sharp. Bitch. I don't know what that was, guys. Some other random bitch just ran in here and said that. I don't know who that bitch was. Ooh. Protection Guardian, drop your shields. It says, drop any shields of shame, resistance, and fear that are standing between you and your chances of enjoyment and fun. Yeah, so put your anxiety to rest. End it. Because you're going to receive something that I feel like you are owed, or that you deserve, or that was taken from you, okay? So again, drop any shields of shame, resistance, and fear that are standing between you and your chances of enjoyment and fun. Know that you don't need to hide who you are or the gifts that you have. You were born to shine. Now, this card says the Protection Guardian is a feminine version of Archangel Michael. Bitch! I'm sorry. Y'all be telling me you be wearing headphones and I be yelling. I am so sorry. When the spirit take over though, I can't help it. That's crazy. For the simple fact that these cards were purchased at 2 different times. I just got this deck. Spirit led me to purchase this deck. I was looking on Amazon. It was the Amazon Prime Day. It was on sale. I said, you know what? Let me pick some decks. Randomly chose this one and the other one. The one that we're using right now is called What's the Vibe? Okay. We also have What's the News? I was trying to figure out which one to use. Today, randomly, I was just like, let's go with What's the Vibe? And for that card to even be in there, which I didn't know about because I don't even know all the cards that are in the deck yet, to come out in reverse to describe what's really fucking going on, what a situation actually is, and to literally have Archangel Michael on the title, for us then to use a different deck that was purchased at a totally different time, which depicts a protection guardian that represents the feminine version of Archangel Michael. And that is your advice. Get the fuck out of here. That is crazy to me. Nothing is a coincidence. Nothing is just pure luck. It's a combination of spiritual guidance, intuition, some luck, some intelligence and wisdom, intuition on all whatever else I repetitively said. It's a combination of all these things and the connection to source that you have with God that is leading you down your path. Don't ever question what it is that you're meant to do or the messages that you receive about what you're supposed to be doing. Okay? Let me start over. The protection guardian is the feminine version of Archangel Michael. She is a fierce, protective, yet loving warrior angel who carries an indestructible shield of power and protection and will come to all who call on her. She will help you drop your fear-based shields and move into a loving, protective force field that will keep you safe, but will allow your gifts to shine out. Although she is here to guard you from lower energies, she is completely relaxed, serene, and confident because she trusts that love will always prevail. That's what Spirit is trying to get you in the attitude of. And if you need to call on this protection guardian or Archangel Michael, do so. Because I definitely feel like I said something earlier in this reading about somebody stepping out of a field of protection. Okay? Or they're not being protected by whatever they were being protected by before. Okay. Now the extended message is that you may have encountered shame or embarrassment in your past. You're getting justice for that. But that is not your present. Angels are drawing close at this time to help you move beyond any limiting thoughts, emotions, and patterns that may be making you feel unsafe. And patterns that may, and patterns that, again, may be making you feel unsafe. Apparently, I had to say that again. Some of you guys feel unsafe. Some of you guys feel like, you may be in danger, but you're not. They're trying to get you beyond those limiting beliefs. And let me just say this. If you are a Pisces who's been courageous enough to watch this reading and you might have fucked up trying to control a situation out of fear, what Spirit is saying is that if you adopt this belief system, if you incorporate these philosophies and you try to take different action and move in a different direction than what you were doing, you're going to be protected as well. I don't want any of the Pisces who may be on the questionable path to feel as if they always have to be perfect or always have to do something right. I don't think any of you are being expected to do that. But what this is saying is that some of the shit that you may find yourself in that you're shoveling out of is possibly because you make decisions from a place of fear. And that fear comes from a repetitive experience of abuse. However, it is your job to heal that. It is my job to heal it within me. It's everybody's job to heal their own trauma. So if you made decisions that now you regret and you're trying to atone for and reverse whatever this is, and that's what you're really focused on when it comes to your life, it's like now is the time to take accountability, even if it's in the smallest things. Even if you're rude to someone and you think about it and like immediately you're like, no, I need to go back and change that. go back and change it. Have the courage to do so. Because I feel like it's going to help you to get back into the bubble of protection that Spirit is trying to provide for you. Your protection is fixed. This is the World card. So all you have to do is step back into alignment and you will again be shielded in that bubble, okay? Ooh. So again, you may have encountered shame or embarrassment in your past, but that is not your present. Angels are drawing close at this time to help you move beyond any limiting thoughts, emotions, and patterns that may be making you feel unsafe. Know that angelic protection is swirling around you at this moment and will help you move forward in a more fearless way. Call on your guides for help in changing your frequency so you can feel safe and protected at this time. You are stronger than you think, and your angels and ancestor guides are here to help you realize this now. So that's your advice, to know that you're protected. You can drop your shields. You can drop your defenses. You don't have to be as aggressive. And it's like, listen, show up as you are. If it's unpalatable for some people, for you to be who it is that you are authentically, or it's unpalatable for people to experience the essence that encompasses who you are, let them bitches choke. You get what I'm saying? Let them choke. Sorry I had to make that sound, but, comedic effect. You are who you are. And it's like, you don't have to completely change yourself around to be authentic to who you are. I just think that Spirit wants you guys not to have so many layers of callous when it comes to who you are. They want you to embrace love and know that love is the answer and the solution to every single problem that you have. And if you approach yourself and others from a state of love, from a behavior of love with everything that you do, you're going to be successful. And love doesn't look the same for everyone. Love doesn't look the same in all situations. Sometimes love can be a hug or providing somebody a shoulder to cry on. Sometimes love can be financial or material when it comes to support. Sometimes love can be acts of service and doing something for another person that they may need help with, or standing next to someone as they complete a task that's hard. But also sometimes love can be the truth. Sometimes love can be reality. Sometimes love can be clarity. And it doesn't always feel the same. It doesn't always look the same. And it doesn't always show up the same or express itself the same way from each and every person. So your version of love may be different from my version of love when it comes to giving and receiving, just like it is for every person in this world. And it's up to you to be confident in the way that you express love. The way that I express love is being like, hey, let's talk about what's going on. Let's make a few jokes and crack a few jokes about it. Humor. Let's talk about ourselves a little bit to create a little humility and to ease out of the seriousness of addressing who it is that we are, but also take accountability for the things that we need to address and change. There's times to play around. There's times to joke. There's times to be serious. There's times to be emotional. And it's just about you understanding and discerning between each situation that you deal with when it's the right time to exhibit each of those different tactics. And I think that's what Spirit is trying to get you to see. It's like, hey, whenever you feel it's appropriate because you're using your authority with discernment, whenever you feel it's appropriate to show whatever part of yourself that you're going to show, it will benefit you. You will be protected. Wow. But I just feel like Spirit doesn't want you to ever let anybody make you feel bad about that. And they also don't want you to overly exert that. Ooh, excuse me. Okay, Lord, take charge with authority says, don't be afraid to take charge or use your voice. Be strong. Right? The Lord is the consort of the lady, the emperor in the traditional tarot. He represents an authoritative male who isn't afraid to lay down the law. But this doesn't mean he is angry or chauvinistic. He is self-possessed, reliable, and ambitious, a man of honor who has earned his place in society. The Lord is this oracle. The Lord in this oracle holds a ram staff and wears a crown of antlers, showing he keeps himself firmly rooted in the ground and is protective of his people. His regal air indicates he has a taste for the finer things in life, yet he is sensitive to those who are less fortunate than he is. Yep. Now, the extended message says, sometimes you have to take control in order to be honored. If you feel like your kindness or gifts are being taken for granted, it's time to change that. And what did we talk about in that reading with the King, Queen, and Knight of Pentacles? Exactly that. Okay. So it may be time to change that if you feel like you're being taken for granted. It says there is no excuse for bad behavior, and the ancestors are encouraging you to hold your ground and speak your mind in a fiercely loving way. You have the energy and might to overcome dramas or energies that aren't working for your growth. And it's time to take charge before you find yourself in a situation you don't want to be in. You are being encouraged to be the boss instead of being bossed. This card also brings the energy of ambition and can show you have the potential to move upwards on a professional level, but only if you act with authority and show who you really are, period. You are a seer, you have sight, you have intuition, and foresight to see into the future. I feel like Spirit is telling you to speak your mind on some things, because folks may not want to hear what the fuck you got to say. Folks may be mad. But, oh well. I feel like some of you may be holding back your emotions because you don't want to feel like you're crashing out. You don't want to look like you're crashing out. You don't want people to think that you're overreacting or you're overly emotional, because everybody loves to say Pisces is emotional. But when Pisces starts speaking and speaking facts and truth, all y'all can do is have your mouth hanging open. Y'all hear the beeping? You get what I'm saying? Every time Pisces say something, folks want to get all up, pennies in a bunch, draws in a bunch. But most of the time it be straight facts, and it just, beeping again. So what Spirit is trying to tell you is that you are protected when it comes to you laying down the law. Okay. And I don't think that you're trying to hurt anybody or do anything negative to anybody, but I just feel like regardless of how people are going to take it, they want you to have the confidence to say what it is that you need to say in order to have peace. It's like there's a balance to everything, right? And I struggle with this balance. I'll be the first to tell you that a bitch like me, sometimes I don't know when to shut the fuck up. And I'm learning. Okay, but I'm also going to be true to who I am and go at the pace that I need to go. And I'm not going to judge myself. I'm going to be kind to myself when it comes to learning those different ways to improve. But what this is saying is like, yeah, this is a time where you're being asked to speak your mind, assert your dominance, assert your power with a firm hand, but not so much with a forceful hand, because the goal here with this Peacekeeper card ultimately is to find peace. Even though you know you're right, is being right more important than having peace? And I'm going to see what you guys have to say. And we're going to talk about some of these topics the next time I go live. So finally, Peacekeeper, let go of the need to be right. It says choose peace and happiness over the need to be right rather than trying to prove a point. Save your energy for what's important. The Peacekeeper is a wise Native American woman who has been influenced by white buffalo woman. She holds a peace pipe, which is emblematic of surrendering the need to fight and offering harmony instead. That could be what this is about. Some of you could be holding your tongue because somebody could be going off and you just like, look, I'm going to surrender. Even though I'm not happy about what's going on, I'm going to shut the fuck up and not even say, I'm not even going to argue with you because it ain't even worth it. Okay. Surrendering the need to fight and offering harmony instead. She is a soul who knows what it's like to feel under threat and to stand up for what she believes in and what is right. Her medicine helps you to take the higher road in every situation, even if you're under pressure to make a quick decision. It is a reminder that within your hands lies the power to make the right choice for all involved. Okay? And I feel like with this Justice card, Queen of Pentacles reversed, and the Nine of Wands, when I asked what this was about, I kind of get the vibe that there will be justice for you making the diplomatic decision, even if it makes you look vulnerable or weak or just puts you in a precarious position. It's like you're still protected. Okay. The extended message says, you may be feeling on edge due to a stressful situation. There's a warrior within you that wants to rise up, prove your point, and get the truth across. But you're being reminded by ancestor wisdom that truth will always be revealed in the end. It's more important at this time to avoid arguments or heated discussions where you know you'll be fighting a losing battle. There is much more power in choosing to move forward from a higher perspective. This will allow you to connect deeply to the guidance within and the intuition that will lead you towards the healing of the whole situation, along with any wounds it may have inflicted on you. Choose peace. You know it's calling you. Okay? And what it kind of feels like with the Five of Wands, it's like you overcame some type of conflict with somebody because you chose to just turn your back on it because you knew how it was going to end. And you could be stressed out about that. It's like you could be stressed out because you didn't fight. You could be stressed out because you kept your mouth shut. You could be stressed out because you decided to walk away. And Spirit is saying, no, you're protected from that. If there was a situation that you fought for or you felt the need to fight for, like whatever, it's going to be based on your discernment. So if you felt like you should have fought for something more, but you didn't, I feel like you made the decision that was right. If you felt like, hey, I need to fight for whatever this is because it's just not right and stand up for what I believe in because I'm in search of peace, because I know that that's going to be the right thing for everyone involved, I feel like that was the right decision. I feel like Spirit is just saying whatever decision that you made, ultimately it came from a place intuitively that was trying to guide you towards the path of resolution. And that's ultimately what they want you to know, is to not be stressed or worried about the outcome, because I feel like either way, whatever you believe could possibly happen when this situation settles or when the dust settles may not actually be the result that's going to happen. I feel like, especially with the feeling like a movie card, it kind of feels like something is going to turn out better than what you expect. So I hope that helped you guys. As always, be sure to like and subscribe to continue to catch the vibe. Get it in the comments. Let me know if it resonated, you guys. Please support the channel. It really, really helps. I appreciate all of you who are subscribers, members, donators, contributors, moderators who assist with the channel. I appreciate all of your love and support. And I just hope that the messages help you get through whatever you're going to be dealing with this week. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, Pisces. Book your readings if you'd like. The link is in the description box below. And remember, this is our circle, booze. Bye.